So something I'm happy about, I don't know if you'll be, I don't know how Malisa will feel about it. I'm sure he'll be happy about it, there being a new Dragon Ball Z movie coming out, but what makes me happy about it is the fact that it's being subsidized by the government of Japan because they know a lot of people like Dragon Ball Z and they know it'll rake in a lot of revenue if they, subsidize it and help promote it. Thereby, they make their money back in tax revenue, and they probably get a cut of whatever fortune the producers make, etc., and shit like that. The point of this is that it's just something to rub in the face of free market libertarians and of course Mark Anthony or any conservative for that matter. It's just the fact that you guys, all you right wing retards out there, always say, "Oh, the government doesn't know what they're doing. The government doesn't know how to spend money." Blah blah blah. But meanwhile, they were smart enough to invest in a Dragon Ball Z movie, which they know a lot of people, kids and adults alike, are going to like. So this idea that the government doesn't know how to spend money or make money or run an institution is completely ridiculous. Especially when I'm arguing in favor of nationalization of the internet, this just helps prove that fact. Now, mind you, nationalization of a product isn't communism in and of itself. It's just socialism. And, just because a government subsidizes a business doesn't even particularly make it good socialism. Socialism would be more so the state actually owns the means of production and then distributes it, sells it, buys it, runs it. Whereas just subsidizing a business, just kind of controlling the market as a third person is not socialism in and of itself. And even though a lot of libertarian tards would like to argue that it is, it's just simply the government is refereeing the capitalist mode of production. So, it's not even left wing. I do not consider government subsidizing a business left wing. It is much closer to the right than to the left because it is still private industry and it's still first and foremost making private individuals money. But in comparison to what the ultra right wing nut jobs want, yeah, I guess it's something. And it just makes me happy the fact that once again government is better than the free market in giving us what we want and making a product that actually is something we can get behind, something we will enjoy, something that the people would have demanded anyway, but normal private businesses would have never gone for it because they don't fucking care what the people want. They don't give a shit what the people desire. They just want to make money and they just want to control the means of production. Now, does this mean that in a free market system there would never be a new Dragon Ball Z movie? No, I'm sure there would. But the fact is that, let's put it this way. If it was completely under the free market system, they would have used the government to protect copyright laws, and they probably would have never been able to make a new Dragon Ball Z movie in the first place. Because so and so would own the patent to Dragon Ball Z, even though Akira Toriyama, the one who actually wrote and created Dragon Ball Z, was behind it. But it wouldn't matter because he didn't technically own it anymore, or because of the companies that he did business with under a contract said that he can't do it, or whatever, and there's no legal way around that. So this idea that somehow capitalism and government is separate from to begin with is fucking ridiculous and stupid. There is no way for capitalism to exist without government, but government can exist without capitalism. And all I'm saying here is that government is better when capitalism isn't in the picture. When government eats capitalism, when government replaces capitalism, it's better for everybody. Now, is that the end goal that I desire? No. I am simply stating a fact here. I'm stating that government is superior to private capital. And the will of the people, the means of production being owned cooperatively by everybody, is superior to government. So that's really it. Is that you can't argue that somehow the free market makes everything better for everybody because it doesn't. It doesn't neither by its own nature and decree, and it doesn't in practice. Everybody says, "Oh, communism looks good on paper." Well, capitalism doesn't even fucking look good on paper. On paper, it's just An elite group of people own fucking everything, tell you what to do, tell you what your wage is, get to boss you around, ban you from their institutions, treat you like shit, and that's it. They're just a mafia. They own fucking everything. They can kill you and your family if they want to. Nothing can stop them. But communism not just only appears good on paper, it's good in practice when it's practiced. When it's not backed by a bunch of revisionist scum that just want opportunity to get into power. And I neither believe that the Soviet Union was revisionist, nor Maoist China was revisionist. Things that came after that were revisionist. Russia became revisionist after Stalin. China became revisionist after China. I mean, after Mao. But, they were not revisionist in and of themselves. They had a good system. And it wasn't even completely communism. It was just hardcore socialism. And it worked. It worked well. The people wanted it. The people liked it. The people were happy. They had what they needed. They had what they wanted. And they had something to look forward to. So, all these arguments against communism are just either lies, grotesque exaggerations, blaming things on, the communist leaders had no control over. Mao had no control over natural disasters. He couldn't prevent starvation if crops didn't grow that year because of a blizzard or something. You know what? It was Mao supposed to build a giant weather machine to prevent the natural disasters that caused the famine? Was Mao supposed to be able to foretell the future to know that this shit was going to happen? No, but you know why China got out of that mess? Because they had the socialist system to fall back on. Where were the capitalists when, some city gets flooded? Where were the capitalists when, there are tornadoes in these trailer parks? Hell, where are the capitalists after 9/11? It's still just a big fucking hole in the middle of New York. Yeah, apparently capitalism is so great, but it can't replace the lost infrastructure fucking 20 years afterward. If it had been the state running that shit, it would have already been done with. So that's really all I'm saying here. Is that I'm not only excited about there being a new Dragon Ball Z movie coming out, but I am especially excited at the fact that the Japanese government is backing it up. Because if government is behind it, it must be good. So I guess that's all I have to say.